Hello, everybody. Walter here with Myths from the Ancients. Mukuye Titie Ali. Today, they're talking about our meditations and how we have come through a cycle, and I think the cycle's just about finished, of all the planets lining up and all the energy that's been moving dramatically in a lot of ways in the last few months. And if you're feeling like you just ran a marathon and you're just tired in a lot of ways, that is why the energy has come in quite strong to move us to a degree, and now we're just kind of like the aftermath. It's kind of like the aftermath of a good workout. You're just kind of feeling it. You feel good what you did. You made it through it, but you're just kind of blah. And so if you're in that state, that's kind of why. But now they're talking a little bit about the heart, and we do meditations, the heart chakra, and breathe from the heart, and a lot of stuff around the heart in a sense. And a lot of times it is because of the energy. We don't have a battery. The heart is the main source of us surviving. If that doesn't work, we don't move. And the energy force of it is also there. And most of you do understand it. But what they are talking about in the meditation state is the heartbeats. They have started to refer, instead of breathing and breath work, in which we do, if you as you get deeper into your meditation, you will forget about the breath work and you will move into the heartbeats. And what that means is they talk about, I guess, that breathe and hold for 3 heartbeats, rest for 20 heartbeats, breathe and do it for another 3 heartbeats. So the only way you can do that in a lot of ways is to connect to your heart and connect and listen to the heart and to actually feel how many heartbeats it is. And that may sound kind of odd if you're a meditator type of person and you're kind of trying to figure it out, but we work on the breath work, but that is an inner portion of your meditation. You move so deep that you can feel the way the body does. And part of my gift is to, when I do a health scan on people, I can hold their hand and see what's wrong in a lot of ways. And really what I'm doing is moving my consciousness over top and allowing myself to feel what their body feels. So when I meditate, and I guess I didn't really realize how that was, and maybe that's why they explained it to me as far as a heartbeat thing. When I go into a deep meditation, I can hear my heart. I sit there and uh, feel feel it. I can hear each valve open up, because actually the beat is more than, it's like 4 beats of the valves moving. And I found that quite interesting, that that's how they're starting to teach me, by feeling the heartbeats, because then I'm already concentrating way deeper than my breath now. It's moved to another level in a lot of ways. And a good way to practice to listen to your heart is in the pool. I used to do it a long time ago and used to just lay in the pool and meditate in the pool. Then I would do a steam room kind of thing, and I would jump into the pool and do like a cold plunge, but I would hold my breath and float in the pool and continue the meditation. And when I did that, I could feel my heart, because of the silence in the water and the ears, but also the pulsing of the heart would vibrate in the water, which amplifies it, which then again helps me hear it. And so I would listen to it. And what I would do is slow my heart down to be able to hold my breath longer. And that was kind of part of the meditation, but it was more like a way of training myself in a lot of ways. I accomplished up to 4 minutes when I was really good at it in underwater. So the body listens, the mind has to instruct. And because the way we are, we don't really think about that. We breathe and we run around and we just let the heart do its thing. But imagine if you could control it. And if you can control the heart, you can be able to control the body. And if you control the body, you can control the energy. And if you control the energy, you now can move it outwards and control your environment. And a lot of people are coming out there with stuff to control the environment, to control the energy of the animals, and to that type of thing. And maybe control isn't the right word. Maybe understanding it to become one with the energy of the world, in a sense of plants and animals. The frequencies and the vibrations that we understand are so minor in a lot of ways, as they show me that there is energy, and I always toy with this in a sense of a ghost, in a sense of their energy moving through the planet here, or on our level of our level. And imagine that energy where they can move from form to not. And imagine that energy that they could live in a place of that energy that may just flow through the universe. We always think of aliens and ETs and stuff like that as something that we can actually touch. But really, they describe it as there's way more than stuff that you can't really touch, but it is there. And it won't, probably because we are informed, and that's the only way we can really relate to anything. But there is that. And there are beings, there are frequencies that just lay around the earth, on the outer ends, the inner ends, in the earth, all over. There's this energy. And one of them are crystals, of course. We understand crystals, we understand that energy. But it's not always something that we can touch. And so, something for food for thought. The more you open your mind, the more that is, they got a different dimension to blow a gasket in it and type of thing. I find it just astronomical, some of the stuff they show me, and I'm like, okay, that takes me months to even get my head wrapped around it, that type thing. But the more you open your mind, the more they will show you, depending on where you are in your involvement. Muyeni echie pui tichawate. The things you feel in form, in a sense of affirmations, is just energy. Everything is just energy, as moves in any which direction. Kokaya echie, from love to things to abilities. Allow the energy to move you where you need to go. Chaganikeke. And we will show you the rest. Motote.